Ruby was a motherfucking reject. Then I got my wrist and have a motherfucking reject. Still broke, get the rubber motherfucking rejects. Roll hoes, asking if I see a ghost. Tell them no, I just keep broke when the reblow.
Right, YouTube, what is good up in your hood? It is the one and only, the man himself, Sleepy. Welcome back to the motherfucking channel, and welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to do another discussion about Supreme. In general, how it was before, how it's changed, and how it is now. A little disclaimer, please understand that I am not a Supreme genius. I am not the forefront for Supreme. I do not know everything about Supreme, and I do not claim to know everything about Supreme. I am just giving you guys my personal thoughts and what I think personally has happened to the brand, how it's changed, and how it has become what it is now. Just my thoughts, just my opinions. I am not a professional. Let's get into the video, and please excuse the lighting because I am recording at night and I'm trying to do the best with what I have with light. Like I always say, I'm trying to get some umbrella lights, but it just hasn't happened yet. But it is on my list of things to do. So first things first, we'll just get into the basics of Supreme. It started 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, whatever. For those of you who don't know, or if you're just getting into it, Supreme has always been a popular brand, even from the very beginning, in the early 90s in New York, and then in the late 90s and 2000s in LA, and even into other countries. It has always been a very, very popular brand. It has always been popular with somewhat of an older age, not like today, the younger kids that wear it, but it's always been popular in the 20s, mid-20s, 30s, and even 40s. I know a lot of grown men that wear Supreme, and you can see examples of grown men and women that wear Supreme all over the internet. Fucking Jason Dill and Mark Gonzalez and whoever else. They're just grown-ass men and they wear these brands, or they wear this brand, and it's just always been popular, you know. And I think that it has definitely changed over the last few years, and it's become this huge worldwide phenomenon, and the resale market and just even the retail market for Supreme has blown up and become something so crazy that maybe the owners and creators did not even anticipate happening, but it has happened, and it's definitely a different game than it used to be even 3, 4, 5 years ago. I got into Supreme probably around that time when I was 16 years old, 17 years old. I was watching Tyler and Earl as they came up. I saw them wearing Supreme, a lot of Preem hats, a lot of Preem hoodies, box logos. That's what sparked my interest in Supreme and got me wondering, what is this brand? What is this all about? Why do these kids wear it? Why is it so poppin'? I started to do some research, and then I started being more interested in the brand, and not just like, oh, what is this, but actually buying the products and like wanting to collect and own pieces of Supreme, obviously because the people that I looked up to and the people that were my role models at the time were wearing this brand. So of course I got into it. And, you know, that leads us to today. And I feel like a lot of people say Supreme is played out. Supreme is too hyped up. It is overrated. Supreme is garbage now. It's trash. All because the way that it is now, the younger generation that wears Supreme, the younger kids that wear Supreme. I think a lot of old heads or people that have been in the game for a long time hate on the new heads and the new school kids and the younger generation for wearing Supreme. You know, and I feel like that's not really fair, to be honest. You know, like, yes, is the market fucked up? Has the game changed? Yes. But I don't think I could ever hate on a kid or person of a younger generation or a younger age wearing Supreme, because when I was a kid, I wore it because the people that I looked up to were wearing it. That's what got me interested in it. And I'm sure today a lot of kids wear it for those exact reasons. You see Travis Scott, he wears Supreme in every fucking picture, every fucking photo, every video. That fool's decked out in Supreme. Lil Yachty, how many fucking famous pictures of Lil Yachty do you see with him wearing some OG old Supreme shit? Lil Uzi, always wearing Supreme boxers, always wearing Supreme. You see Drake, many pictures of Drake wearing half zips, Preem boxers. He's fucking always wearing Supreme. 2 Chainz, go to 2 Chainz Instagram right now. This fool is decked out in Supreme, always wearing Supreme. Look, There's these rappers, underground rappers. Look at fucking even Suicide Boys. You see those dudes wearing a little bit of Supreme. They wear a lot of FTP. But look, you see rappers and celebrities that kids of a younger generation look up to. They see them wearing Supreme jackets, Supreme boxers, Supreme hats. Why the fuck would they not want to wear Supreme? The people that they look up to and the people they idolize are wearing this brand. Why would they not wear it? So for the people that are hating on the generation that fucked up Supreme, I don't really understand that, because go back to a time before when you got introduced to Supreme. Maybe you're one of the few that just stumbled up upon it and didn't find it because somebody else was wearing it, but I guarantee 90% of the people that are into Supreme stumbled upon it or came across it because somebody that they were watching or influenced by was wearing Supreme, and that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Now today, my relationship with Supreme has developed and matured, and I don't wear it today because other people wear it. I could give a fuck less if everybody in the world said fuck Supreme, we don't like Supreme. I'm still gonna wear it just because of that connection that I've developed with it. It's more personable to me now. It's something more than I wear and wash and put in the dirty clothes and hang in my closet. It's a feeling that I get. It's pieces that I chase for weeks and months until I get and add it to my closet. It gives me happiness when I wear it. It's more like that nowadays. But when I first started wearing it, that's how it was for me, dude. I wore it and I was into it because the people that I looked up to were into it. So now you have kids that are 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. You don't have a fucking job when you're 13 or 14 years old. Your parents are buying all your clothes, taking care of you 100%. So you have these kids that are buying and into the Supreme market and using PayPal and reselling, and they're like, oh, well, you have to use Square Cash because I'm not 18. I can't. You're just like, fuck, dude, really? Then their parents' money is brought into it and money from outside sources, and that's what fucks up the market, because this kid is just begging his mom, hey, can you buy me this $300 sweatshirt, buys it for $300 and then resells it for $400, and then it goes from 4 to 5 to 6, and now you can't buy a box logo for under $600, and the good colorways, you can't buy them for under $800. It's fucked up for people like me that support themselves and have to buy the clothes themselves, because no matter how much money I make at the moment, I can't afford a $900 sweatshirt. That's ridiculous. Even if I could afford it, I would have a hard time buying it, because that is just absolutely crazy, dude, you know? So you see Supreme like always be popular. Their shit is popping, and then like at the turn of the century, like 2000, it starts getting a little more popping, and you start to see a lot of famous photo tees happen. But really, once like 2010 comes and Tyler and Earl and Odd Future blow up, I think Supreme got really, really, really big off of that. And then since then, it's just rappers and celebrities and just kids that the younger generation looks up to that are wearing Supreme all the time. Everybody's into it. Celebrities, boys, girls, women, children, just fucking old people. Everybody just wears it. And it's not in the United States only. It's in Europe, in Japan, in China, and fucking Asia. And it's everywhere, dude. And everybody loves it. And it's just gotten to a point where a lot of people, a lot of old heads are just fucking tired of Supreme, dude. They don't like it because the market's flooded with young kids that spend their parents' money, and the market's full of kids that are just charging rate prices for shirts that shouldn't be priced that high. So these people that have been collectors and enthusiasts of this brand for a long time, I've literally seen people throw in the towel and just say, fuck this, I'm done with Supreme, because the brand is taking a road that I don't agree with, and the designs are whack. A lot of people said that in the past couple years the designs and like quality of the clothes has gone down. I don't really feel that. I've been following Supreme for quite some years. I think even this past season there was a lot of heat, but it's just super hyped up. Like every item, every drop is hyped up. The lines are getting longer, the prices are getting higher, especially on the resale. The prices are going up. To me, I still think the pieces are fire. I could probably tell you 15-20 pieces that were super fire from even last season, dude. I see people on Instagram like, oh, keep collecting your fucking spring summer 16 or your fall winter 16 heat, I'm a fucking blah 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 blah. It's like, alright, dude, really, like people are just hating just because they're a little bit older and have been into it longer, you know, just like I have. But I don't really think that's a reason to hate on the younger generation for getting into it. you can't blame them, dude. It's like, I like to think of it as a natural process, dude. Like, you see famous people wearing it. You see influential people wearing this brand. How could you not expect the younger generation to be like, I want to wear this? If you're blaming it on the younger generation or blaming it on anything else than natural causes, then that's pretty fucking retarded, dude. If you're 15, 16 years old, you're getting into Supreme, you know, you're getting in at a pretty rough time because the resale market is through the roof. It's super hyped. It's crazy. The lines are getting longer. Like I said, it's a crazy time for Supreme. But again, you know, to me, it's more than clothing, and maybe it could develop into something like that for you if you're just getting into it, because it is a super cool brand. If you do some research and go back into Supreme's roots, you will see like really what the brand stands for and what it's about. And, you know, I agree with a lot of those things. That's why I support it. That's why I wear it. And it's just a dope ass brand to me personally, you know? So I can't hate on the younger generation for getting into it. I'm not going to say that they fucked it up and made it what it is today. But you know, it's just like inflation, it's just time, it's just like a natural process that the brand has gone through that's got it to where it's at today. And it's a natural process that will bring it to what it will be in 5 years. I'm sure it will be crazier than it is today, dude, you know? So like I said, I'm part of the problem, dude, you know? Like I said, I'm not the biggest Supreme head. I haven't been into it for 15 years since I was fucking 10 years old. You know, I got into it 6 years ago, right when it really started taking a turn for the mainstream, I think. But you know, I've definitely like put my roots down into Supreme and done a lot of research and done my due diligence on Supreme, and I definitely support the brand. And you know, I just see a lot of kids fucking with it, and you know, we'll see how well that works out. It's hard because it's like expensive, dude, and it's time consuming to go to the drops and buy shit and resell it. If you want to afford it on your own, it's a mission, dude. It's like another full-time job trying to afford this shit and keep up and buy grails and collect. It's tough, dude, you know? So I see a lot of people get into it and it's like a little phase, and then they get out and they're over it. And you know, I've seen that happen a lot, you know? But I have a couple good homies that are some pretty big preem heads like myself, and have stuck to it and just grind it out, and we wait in line and we spend the night and spend 2 days outside, and we get what we want and collect, and we move on to the next season and the next thing, and we're always trying to get older pieces. And you know, you just don't see too much of that nowadays in the Supreme community today, or just with Supreme in general. It's a lot of people that are just after it for the money. A lot of people don't wear the items, they just go buy, wait to get the items to sell to make money. I don't really agree with that, you know. I think if you're gonna resell, at least support the brand and collect it yourself and buy for yourself, and then secondhand sell to make money. I don't really see a problem with that. But just today on the internet with reselling and just people on YouTube and people on Instagram, it's like you see a lot of people buying just to resell, just to make money, and then you see pictures of them and they're wearing fucking Adidas tracksuit and fucking some Yeezys or some shit, dude. You're like, alright, dude, get the fuck out of here, dude, straight up, you know. But those are just my feelings on Supreme. I just want to have a little discussion video. I tried to record this video a couple times. I feel like it didn't really come out, so I hope the gist of the point got across, you know, like how it was and then why I feel like it is now, and like how people are feeling about it now, dude, because a lot of people aren't happy with it. Like I said, a lot of people are giving up and putting Supreme in the past and just considering it as a dead brand. You know, I don't really see that. I don't think I'll ever really see that. Because I see like the true roots of it and what it's really about, and I support that, and I always will support it, and I just love Supreme straight up. Like, I'm just a Supreme head. I'll always buy Supreme, I'll always sell Supreme, I'll always just be into it like that, because there's fucking 1,000 grails that I don't have that I want to get. So let me know what you guys think about the video. If you like Supreme, if you hate Supreme, if you resell it, what do you think about the community now, how long you've been into it? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you guys thought about the video. Please excuse the light. Again, I'm sorry about the shadows. I know it's fucked up. I'm trying to fix it. But follow me on Instagram if you do not. It's always on the page at Leroy Destroy. We are almost at 1,000 followers. I'm gonna give you guys some free shit at 1,000 followers. If you guys are interested in Gas House or what Gas House is, The Instagram is up. It's gas__house. We're going to do a drop February 25th. It's going to be insane. You guys are lagging if you are not up to par on that. I'll leave that in the description. Subscribe to the channel. We're always doing supreme shit. Next week is the first drop of Spring Summer 17. We're going to be camping out, and there will be a video for that. It's going to be dope. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for the support, and we will see you guys on the next video. Deuces, bitch.
30 rounds of that clip, I'll rip. Too thick with the stick that I won't miss. Little sick, real sick, don't talk shit. Whip, whip like a brick, scale on fish. Suicide nighttime, no, we don't fight crime, oh.